Hello everyone. The geologic structure that I chose to research for this week is the San Andreas Fault. The San Andreas Fault is one of the most popular faults in the world, and here it is right here. This is a satellite view of the San Andreas Fault. The San Andreas Fault is a strike-slip fault, so the hanging wall does not move up or down. The plates actually move horizontal relative to each other. And the San Andreas Fault is actually a right lateral fault. So no matter what side you're on, the far block will always be moving to the right. This started about 28 million years ago when a piece of an oceanic crustal plate and a spreading ridge subducted beneath the North American plate as it moved west relative to the Pacific plate. The Western Pacific plate is moving northward at about 2 inches per year relative to the North American plate, and this causes a lot of earthquakes. Although the San Andreas Fault is a right lateral strike-slip fault, it is not purely right lateral. There are also compressional forces there, and this compressional force helped produce the coastal mountain ranges along the fault system through California. To the west of the San Andreas Fault, there are Mesozoic granitic rocks that were carried northward along the western continental margin by plate tectonic motion. These rocks are then overlain by marine sedimentary rocks of the late Cretaceous to Tertiary age. To the east of the San Andreas Fault, there are the rocks of the Coast Range Ophiolite and the Franciscan Complex. These are overlain by sedimentary rocks of the Great Valley sequence, and these were deposited at the same time as material was thrust downward into a subduction zone. Along the fault line, younger rocks will be offset less than the older rocks, although the amount and rate of offset along the fault line is not consistent from place to place. This is partly because the San Andreas Fault also has a large complex system of interconnecting faults around it. Here's a cross-sectional view of the San Andreas Fault. So here we can see the Pacific plate and the North American plate. And we can see the movement at the fault zone right here, that lateral movement. Once again, it's a right lateral, so if you came over to this side, you would notice that this block over here is moving to the right, and it would be just like that on both sides. We can see sedimentary rocks over to the west, and here we can also see the San Gabriel Mountains. And here is a geologic map surrounding the San Andreas Fault. So by looking at this, we can learn about all the different rocks that surround the fault. And we can see the way that they're spread out and the way that they're layered there. And that is the San Andreas Fault.